Good day everyone, my name is Francis T. Florendo, and in this video I'm discussing understanding the reality and the consequences of pagpag in the Philippines. A practice known as pagpag has emerged in recent decades in which people who are facing food insecurity or poverty will gather discarded or leftover food from the rubbish bins of hotels, restaurants, and supermarkets, and it consumed to survive. Pagpag is typically made up of uneaten food scraps and leftover food items that are scavenged and then cooked or processed for consumption. According to the study of Luke Bass, 2018 tackled the leftover food from the restaurant that was recycled and gathered by the scavengers. The food was called pagpag, the leftover food that was a fatal solution for many Filipinos who live in the slum for a long period of time. Pagpag is created because poverty itself forced them, and because pagpag became a long-term solution for some Filipino people, assume that pagpag is a food for poor and when they hear the word pagpag, the instant reaction were kadiri or mapangmahirap. People judge instantly without even the further knowledge about pagpag and the circumstances that lead these people into creating one. Therefore, pagpag is one of the most essential foods in the slums of Metro Manila, and this article states that all the leftover food people throw in the fast food joint may feed the entire neighborhood in the Philippines. People who eat pagpag claim it was tasty, inexpensive, and easily available to underprivileged. These are the few explanations for why impoverished people continue to eat pagpag despite of being aware of the possibility of indigesting poisons, toxins, and foodborne illnesses, according to different films. In addition to the wearing gloves or hairnets, pagpag is preferred on cutting boards on the ground, and a functioning water system is visible. This is the reason the National Anti-Poverty Commission advises against consuming pagpag due to risk of illness and malnourishment. Eating pagpag is not known to be fatal, although it can induce cholera, diarrhea, typhoid, and hepatitis. Talking about the nation's social issue is one thing, but encouraging people to take action is quite another. Officials from the city are aware of the custom of gathering and selling pagpag, but they have not yet made any significant steps and action to assess the pagpag eaters. This practice has been particularly common in urban areas where there is a high concentration of restaurants and hotels that produce large amount of food waste daily. Pagpag is often seen as necessary means of survival for individuals and families who cannot afford to buy or prepare regular meals. However, the practice is also controversial as it carries significant health and safety risks, including potential exposure to harmful chemicals and for foodborne illnesses. In conclusion, the practice of pagpag in the Philippines is a complex and nuanced issue that highlights the challenge faced by individuals and communities facing food insecurity and poverty, while it is often seen as a necessary means of survival for some. It also carries significant risk, perpetuates a culture of waste and dependence, and has negative impacts on health and the environment. It is important to recognize the root causes of this issue, including poverty, inequality, and lack of access to affordable and nutritious food, and to work towards finding sustainable, ethical solutions to address this issue. And that's all. Thank you for listening.